2nd of October 2020. Good afternoon from Europe. Good morning, good evening, guys, wherever we are. Piotr here is live for a global YouTube channel. Post non-farm payrolls. US cash market is open, but the news of the day is Trump and the First Lady, the positive coronavirus tests. We got that information towards the end of the Tokyo session. We've seen huge sell-off, but right now we've seen the same, almost the same size of the recovery. Looks like, well, Pelosi yesterday said there is no deal when it comes to the stimulus. Today she said that we are going to get done something on that, adding that it could be done after the election. Anyway, whatever related to the stimulus, that's what market loves. Before we jump and quickly check the charts, a risk warning as usual, guys. Please bear in mind trading on margin carries a high level of risk, may not be suitable for all investors. You can sustain loss of some of your initial investments, so please do not invest the money you cannot afford to lose. Seek education, gain experience before risking real money. However, past performance doesn't guarantee future results. Alright, so ahead of the weekend, guys, be extremely careful. Looks like it might be the easiest way to lose the money eventually. It could be positive if you are on the right side of the market, but well, they are not clever right now. Everyone is trying to figure it out what is going on. I think that the situation might settle a bit over the weekend, so probably you don't want to stay overexposed over the weekend or exposed at all. Anyway, that's the information. If you remember, I recorded pre-Tokyo Open ahead of the Trump press conference. Then he mentioned that there is they are waiting with the First Lady they are waiting for the test results, and then around the Tokyo close we got that hit, right? But since the open, of course, market is trying to fill the gap. That's no doubt about it. Well, stimulus is one thing, that's what driving the market higher, plus this filling the gap. But non-farm payrolls, to be honest with you, was weak. Okay, unemployment rate, all right, below 8%, nicely printed. But overall, the situation is skewing towards the negativity. Looks like the Pelosi exposure been hurt, so that's why probably she quickly said that something might be done when it comes to the stimulus. I'm joking. Now, of course, there is a President Trump haters are asking around if that's true or if it's some kind of another game. Well, to be honest with you, when we are going to discuss conspiracy theory, I wouldn't be so surprised that it's some kind of the game. Well, after he lost the debate with Biden, after he been pushed by Pelosi toward the corner when it comes to the stimulus, there have to be something, there's some kind of the boom right from his side right now to trying to turn on the situation in his favor. Anyway, just quickly the charts. Well, I'm very little exposed to the market, and probably I'm not gonna do anything else ahead of the weekend. Maybe even towards the end of the day, I'm going to cut the exposure, whatever the PL is going to be. So overall, based on my chart, that's what I see when it comes to the possible supply. So this Trump gap down, Trump COVID positive test to the downside, in my charts levels close to 11,550, 11,000, I would say even 600, the overnight high. So that's where I see some kind of the supply. When it comes to the demand, well, guys, I think that what we might do, it's some kind of the one-to-one. So I'm going to watch very closely this zone, right? Because if we are going to get like this, retest like this, so we are going immediately to test over under, and that's eventually, if you like, longs related to the rumors related to the stimulus, that could be the case. Based on my chart, we are talking about the levels close to 11,240, 11,205. So that's the Nasdaq. When it comes to the dollar, with higher indices, the dollar might be eventually lower towards the end of the day. But euro dollar, we are fighting around quarter a month open. Nothing. If you haven't short, as we discussed, so here for now, ahead of the weekend, nothing to be done. From my perspective, I also cut all the euro dollar short exposure. Even for a while, I'll be long. Don't forget that you can check it using the link in the description. Well, 1, 2, 3.5 days, some kind of the range, and well, we are trying to test the bottom of that range, levels close to 117, 116, 80. Nothing for me to be done here. Plenty of uncertainty when it comes to the cable, but if you remember, we made some kind of the measures, plenty of fake news around. The one side is saying, well, yeah, we are getting closer, whoa! The other side is trying to decline that. Anyway, some stops. If the size of the moves we spotted yesterday are correct, right? Some stops to the left towards 3020. Still, I told you before that there is untouched liquidity and market is going to look for that. And if we are going to do that based on the fake news, then of course that's gonna be short setup. But finally and suddenly, if we are going to get some kind of the agreement between EU and UK, that could be the combination of the 130.20, 130.80 breakout, and that might open even 135. Another one is a dollar yen testing 105, trying to hold that level. And again, very similar to what we discussed on the indices, 105, 65, 105, 75. So the news-driven move to the downside. That's where I see the supply. When it comes to the dollar yen, we hit some kind of the demand. All right. So 105 is over under. But I think we have some stops under 104.90 to open and test 104.70. So in that case, this is a drop. This is the rally. If we are going to make 1-to-1, this 104.70 is where you might try to think about the buying, and levels close to weekly open, levels close to 104.60 as a supply, so selling opportunity eventually. But well, guys, again, be very, very careful. Upcoming weekend, very close to end of the session, so I would be really very, very cautious. Again, USD CAD, I'm looking for buying opportunity, but somewhere lower. This broken swing high retest, we were almost there. I'm looking to buy below 30-40 when it comes to the USD CAD, and my target is going to be around the first one, around 34.20, and the last one is Australian dollar, looking to fade any kind of the rally, but probably not today. I'm going to wait and see what's going to happen after the weekend, where we are going to open the market, how we are going to settle overall situation right now. I'm talking about the levels close to 71.80, 72 on the Australian dollar versus USD. With that being said, guys, again, really be very, very careful if you want to trade this late few hours. Maybe think about the lower exposure. Otherwise, I wish you great weekend and see you around. Take care. Goodbye.